Hello everyone, Mog here, and today in front of me I've got a Vanlock Padlock. If you're not familiar with this lock, it's a tubular one. So the key is working as you would expect, and I've got an ssdev medium hook for poking pins, and this tensioner I made out of a sparrow's key blank. I'm going to tension off of this 5th pin here and get picking. So I'm really just going to be going around, feeling which ones feel binding and poking at them, and just repeating this for quite a while. These pins seem to have be tapered or something like that, so they tend to pop themselves out pretty easily. So you will need to revisit ones. For some of these earlier ones, I'll let up on tension a bit if they're really bound up, but I'm going to be trying not to do that too much because I of course don't want to be dropping things, and I find you need pretty heavy tension to really set anything. Just going around, I feel like we're making some progress. See, a bunch of the pins at this point are set, or at least partially set, getting there. This lock in a lot of ways I feel like is a test of patience more than anything else. Oh, and also a test of figuring out how to tension it, because that's honestly probably the hard part. pushing a little harder on some of these at this point, just to try and make sure they're really getting where they need to go and hopefully staying there. I think we're getting very close. Although I do think I already said that, but we're getting there. There we go. Oh, that took a little bit, but as you can see, we now don't have that center pin aligned, or the lack of pin aligned at the top, and we're a little off center now in the, let's see here, yeah, the other one, so there you go. And I'm not going to, if I keep spinning this, this pin, all the pins are going to lock up in the kind of next driver clockwise from them. So I'm not going to complete it because I don't want to have to unpick it. If I actually want to get that open, I believe, well, as you saw from when I used the key at the beginning, you need to turn it 90 degrees, which means I believe you would be picking 2 positions. So you would have done what I just did, and then I think you would pick one more, and that's what you would have to do to pop the shackle. But I'm not going to do that today because that would be a lot more picking, and the first rotation is the hard one because if I do spin it around, I don't need to pick this pin because there's no driver behind it. I'd only need to pick the other 6. But anyways, we're not going to do that today. So let me lock it back up. Oops. There we go. And yeah, I'm not going to be gutting this because as you may have seen, for example, if you watch Norlin's videos, they've kind of sealed this up here, so I don't want to risk destroying this lock because it's a super cool lock in its own right, and I don't want to break it. Another thing I'll mention while we're here, so I did briefly show the tension tool at the start, but one thing I didn't really talk about is the shape of these little nubs. And so you might be able to tell they each have like a little kind of undercut here. This one's about maybe half the height, and this one's just a tiny little one. And the reason those are different is because, so the way key retention works on this is there's these little nubs here. There's room to put them at the top, and once you turn it, you can't pull the key out because these little nubs will be caught under this ridge. And as part of, I believe, also the mechanism to make sure you don't overturn the key, you'll notice that this ridge actually has different heights. So there's this thin height for about 90 degrees, and then a much thicker ledge on this side. So that's why my little nubs are different widths, because I want them to fit under that ledge and be able to help with the tool basically from not slipping off, because that's kind of a common problem I had with trying things like the sparrows tensioner or I don't know, the other sparrows tensioner. But it is important that when you make a tool like this, you either need to have the height exactly right to set that pin, or what's probably more practical is, I mean, this one is too long to fit in any hole here, but I know this one is one of the higher or deeper sets. But anyway, this is thin enough that I can still fit my pick in there. But yeah, so there you have it. That's the Vanlock Padlock picked one position. Thanks to Norlin for his videos on this lock. Without his videos and some advice from him, I would have taken me a lot longer. So yeah, for anyone that took the time to watch, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.